Welcome back. Roughly every 40 seconds, someone in the UK takes their own life, with men accounting for nearly 80% of those deaths. Well, two London filmmakers are hoping to put together a tragic comic film highlighting the issue, trying to get men to open up and talk. Ngango and Kristin Duffy have pieced together a short campaign video, hoping this will be able to kickstart their campaign to raise funds to create the longer film, which has the working title, Living on the Edge.
No.
Welcome, have a seat.
Fine.
Who meet at a popular suicide hotspot, and through that encounter of these two strangers coming together, we see a beautiful moment of connection and also just a profound shared opportunity, that brings purpose.
So it is a fictional film, but is it there to raise awareness for anything?
We definitely want to raise awareness. We feel that obviously men's mental health is an issue, and I'm coming at this issue as a woman, but with suicide being nearly 80% of suicides are men. So we do feel like talking about getting men talking and raising awareness around that is really, really important to us.
I'm reading some of the statistics here that about every 40 seconds someone in the UK dies by suicide. And as you said, that men account for nearly 80% of those deaths. So, I mean, this is an issue that A, is huge, and B, is probably underreported in some ways.
Yeah, I think, of course, it is something that is underreported. I think that because there's so much stigma surrounding mental health as well as suicide, it's quite a difficult topic to really navigate. I also think that when it comes to suicide in particular, there's no quick solution. I think that a lot of the time suicide is the result of a lot of other things. So I think it's a bit difficult to pinpoint, but it's really something we need to start talking more about.
I mean, beyond the fact that it's a serious issue that needs further addressing and further help and further awareness, the fact that the numbers do seem to be quite high, particularly for men. I mean, it's not just men, but it does seem to be overwhelmingly men who commit suicide. Have you ever been directly touched by someone very close to you who has done so?
I definitely have had a family member and a friend, both of whom, especially the friend, seemed like the happiest person. And that's one of the things that I think is so important too when we're talking about men not talking about important issues, because both of these instances were men. And in general with suicide, you don't always know. It's not always the person that you quote unquote expect. Sometimes they seem perfectly happy, and because they're not saying what they need to say, or it's really even hard to talk about in that sense, but because it's such an emotional thing, but they're not always the people that you expect.
Saying that they're slowing down.
Guys, shall we begin? Welcome back to Men's Mouths Matter. Who wants to start?
With our film in particular, we are bringing a bit of comedy into it, because we want to speak about how men actually deal with these situations, in the sense that sometimes they really don't speak about things clearly. So we do have a bit of a realistic approach, just to also emphasize that the conversations don't necessarily happen quite directly, but should you listen clearly, there will be always some things that you're able to pick up.
So what you've seen is actually our Kickstarter campaign video. So it's not exactly what the film will be at all, but we did want to parody kind of the idea of men not talking. So because we are bringing an element of tragic to our film, what we've done with the trailer or the campaign video is really focused on that. However, the actual film itself will be, as Dennis mentioned, these two men that meet at a popular suicide hotspot. I feel like I shouldn't give away quite some of the comedic elements. There is, yes, this profound connection at a cliffside location where through some comedy and through some finally getting to very deep conversation, they find a connection. And we're not trying to solve everything. It's a short film, but we are trying to say that sometimes connection is the most important thing.